First and foremost, I wanted to say welcome to everybody who is here, who made it to tonight's Quran class, despite the fact that we had a very, lengthy program yesterday as well. The reason we get together here and not just once a year is because Quran and everything which is written in the Quran is guidance for us from Allah the Almighty. If somebody thinks that coming once a year will do tarbiyat of our kids, of our spouses, and that just coming once a year is more than enough, then unfortunately that individual is thinking wrong. That individual is mistaken. And that is why we have these weekly classes. The Secretary Sahib Talimul Quran, Sadar Sahib Al-Lajna, myself, Sadar Sahib, we all put lots of effort in making sure that we are able to deliver a high quality program for every single one of us. So my humble request is that those individuals who are not here today, please reach out to them, let them know that this class is a permanent feature of Mubarak Mosque, and we need more youngsters and elders and Lajna and Nasirat to come here and be part of this Quran class. So last time I had mentioned that the very first 17 verses of Surah Al-Baqarah has 55 unique roots. I mentioned about roots, that roots are those 3 letters or 4 letters or 5 letters which come together and give you a word. Now from the same root you can make scores or maybe even hundreds of different unique words. But all those words would have the meaning of root still in them. Keeping that in mind, we're going to look at the first 5 roots in tonight's class that appear in the first 17 verses of Surah Al-Baqarah. I had given a handout last time, and everyone who was here last week, they should have that handout. On that handout, the very first root that you're going to see is Seen, Meen, Wow. पिछली दफ़ा मैंने अर्ज़ की थी कि अरबी ज़बान में जो फेल होता है या जो नाउन होते हैं वो 3 हुरूफ के मिलाने से बनते हैं या 4 हुरूफ के मिलाने से बनते हैं या 5 हुरूफ के मिलाने से बनते हैं, जिनको मादा कहते हैं। और ये कि कुरान करीम सूरह अल-बक़रा की पहली 17 आयात में अल्लाह ताला ने 55 मुख्तलिफ मादे इस्तेमाल किए हैं। पिछली क्लास में मैंने आप सबको एक हैंडआउट दिया था, एक शीट दी थी जिसके ऊपर वो 55 रूट्स अलग अलग करके मैंने लिखे हुए हैं। तो अब जो मैं बातें बयान करने लगा हूँ वो जिनके पास वो शीट मौजूद है और साथ में कुछ लिखने के लिए लेकर आए हैं, उस पर जो मैं बातें पेश करूँगा आपसे दरख्वास्त है कि उस पर साथ साथ नोट लेते जाएं। सबसे पहली रूट जो है वो है सीन, मीम, वाव। The root Seen, Meen, Wow is actually the root for the word ism. When we say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, so the word Bism is actually B or Ba and then ism. Ba means with or in, and ism means name. The root of ism is not alif, seen, meen. The root of ism is actually Seen, Meen, Wow. Now some of you might be thinking, how do you distinguish or how do you know that the root of ism is not alif, seen and meen, but rather seen, meen, waw? For this one, for this specific word which is ism, bear with me and for now just memorize it as is. That the root for ism is seen, meen, waw. There are certain exceptions and this is one of those exceptions. So the root for ism is seen, meen, waw. And sama in Arabic comes from the same root, which means the upper part of everything. Sama is the upper part of everything. From the same root comes the word ism, which means name. So the meaning within this root would be that something which is high, something which is at a lofty station. This is why when you say name of certain someone, for example, when you say Mahmood, so we would know that Mahmud is a certain individual in a crowd because his name now would make him stand above everyone else. अरबी में इसम का जो लफ्ज है उसका मादा है सीन मीम वाव, और हर वो लफ्ज जो इस रूट से बनता है, इस मादे से बनता है, उसमें ऊंचाई का मतलब पाया जाता है, और उसमें यह भी मानी पाया जाता है कि किसी चीज का बालाई हिस्सा। मिसाल के तौर पे अरबी में हम कहते हैं इसम, और इसम से मुराद देते हैं नाम। इसम को नाम इसलिए हम कहते हैं क्योंकि ये एक ऐसी शनाख्त है जिसके जरिए से अगर एक शख्स, मिसाल के तौर पे महमूद एक बंदे का नाम है, वो इसी तरीके से एक क्राउड में बैठा है, एक मजमे में बैठा है, लेकिन जब आप महमूद कहते हैं तो अब उसके नाम की वजह से वो ऊपर हो गया और दूसरे जो हैं वो एक लेवल पे बैठे हैं, लिहाजा ऐसे कि जैसे कि वो उठ के खड़ा हो गया, उसकी शनाख्त हो गई। इस रूट के अंदर सीन मीम वाव के अंदर ऊंचाई और बालाई के माने पाए जाते हैं। From the same root comes the word asma. Asma is the plural of ism, which means names. Musamma in Arabic means someone who is named. Musamma is spelled Mim, Seen, Mim, and then Ye. Or how we say it in Urdu, Choti Ye. Musamma is someone who is named. Samawat is the plural of sama. Samawat means heavens. Sama also means, cloud or heaven, because it is high and it is above. So similarly, samawat would be the plural of heavens or clouds. The proper word for cloud is actually sahab, but the word which is used to reflect sky or heavens in Arabic is sama or as-samawat. This word also comes in various places in the Holy Quran. Allah Ta'ala says, Allahu nurus samawati wal ard. That Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. Allah is the light, He is the nur of those places which are high, lofty places, which we call heavens, and wal ard, and He is also the nur and the light of the earth. Then from the same root comes the word Samiyya. Samiyya means someone who has the same name as yourself. For example, if someone who is sitting in this hall, his name is Mahmud, and then there is another individual within this hall who is also known by the name Mahmud, then these two individuals would be called Samiyya, meaning they have the same names. Regarding Hazrat Yahya alayhi salam, regarding John the Baptist alayhi salam, who was a prophet of God, a cousin, maternal cousin of Jesus Christ, maternal cousin of Isa alayhi salam, regarding him, it comes in Surah Al-Maryam, chapter number 19, that he is the one, Yahya alayhi salam, he is the one who was given this name first, and that nobody had this name before him. So nobody was parallel of Yahya alayhi salam in a sense that that there was another individual at the same time or before him who had the same name. Tasmiya in Arabic is the act of naming someone. When somebody is born, the parents oftentimes write to Huzur Anwar, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih al-Khamis, Qayyidahullah bin Nasr al-Aziz, that Huzur, we're about to have a son, or we just had a son, or that we're about to have a girl, or we just had a girl, and we would request you humbly to name our son or our daughter. Sometimes they themselves like to, give the name to their boy or their girl. So the act of giving somebody a name is called tasmiyah. हम बात कर रहे थे रूट सीन मीम वाव से बनने वाले मुख्तलिफ अल्फाज की। इससे लफ्ज बनता है इसम, इसम कहते हैं नाम को। फिर इसी तरीके से अस्मा, अस्मा जो है ये इसम की जमा है। फिर एक लफ्ज है समा, समा कहते हैं आसमान को। इसलिए क्योंकि आसमान के अंदर बुलंदी का मानी पाया जाता है। फिर इसकी जमा जो है समावात, आसमान की जमा, वो भी इसी मादे से निकला है। फिर अरबी में एक और लफ्ज़ है जिसे कहते हैं समिया। समिया का मतलब होता है हम नाम। जैसे कि हजरत याह्या अलैहिस्सलाम के बारे में अल्लाह ताला ने सूरह मरियम जो 19वीं सूरत है उसमें बयान फरमाया कि याह्या अलैहिस्सलाम का हम नाम और कोई नहीं। मुराद ये थी कि जब याह्या अलैहिस्सलाम का अल्लाह ताला ने नाम रखा तो आप अलैहिस्सलाम से पहले और किसी शख्स का नाम याह्या नहीं था। आप वो पहले शख्स है जिसका नाम याह्या रखा गया। अगर कोई और शख्स मौजूद होता जिसका नाम याह्या होता तो आप दोनों यानी कि हजरत याह्या अलैहिस्सलाम और वो दूसरा शख्स हम नाम कह सकते। इसकी एक मिसाल ये भी है कि मिसाल के तौर पे अगर इस हॉल में कोई शख्स बैठा है जिसका नाम है जैद और एक और शख्स है इसी हॉल में किसी और कोने में बैठा है जिसका नाम है जैद, तो ये दोनों एक दूसरे के हम नाम। तो अरबी जबान में हम नाम होने के लिए जो लफ्ज़ इस्तेमाल किया जाता है वो है समिया। फिर इसी से एक और लफ्ज़ निकला है मुसम्मा। मुसम्मा कहते हैं वो शख्स जिसका नाम रखा गया हो। फिर इसी से एक लफ्ज़ निकला है तस्मिया। तस्मिया उस अमल का नाम है, उस अमल को कहते हैं जिसके जरिए से किसी का नाम रखा जाए। मिसाल के तौर पे हमारी जमात अहमदिया में अल्लाह ताला के फजल से खिलाफत की बहुत बड़ी नेमत है। जब किसी के यहाँ कोई बच्चा या बच्ची होने वाले होते हैं तो लोग अपने बुजुर्गों को कहते हैं कि आप बड़े हैं, आप नाम हमारे बच्चे का या बच्ची का आप नाम तजवीज़ फरमाएं। तो हमारी जमात में हम हज़रत खलीफतुल मसीह अय्यदहुल्लाह ताला बिनस्रिल अज़ीज़ की खिदमत में लिखते हैं कि हुज़ूर आप हमारे प्यारे हैं, आप हमारे बड़े हैं, आप मेरे यहाँ बेटा होने वाला है आप उसका नाम तजवीज़ फरमाएं, या मेरे यहाँ बेटी होने वाली है उसका नाम तजवीज़ फरमाएं। फिर अज़रा शफ़क़त हुज़ूर अनवर नाम तजवीज़ फरमाते हैं। तो ये जो नाम रखने का अमल है इसको अरबी ज़बान में तस्मिया कहते हैं। अब अगली रूट पे चलते हैं। अगला मादा जो हम कवर करेंगे वो है रे, हे और मीम। Now let's move on to the next root. The next root that we're going to cover tonight is ra, ha and mim. In Arabic they say ar-rahmu and it refers to the womb of a woman. Womb is that place in which the fetus develops and then is ultimately delivered as a baby, as a boy or a girl. From this root, every word which is derived or which is formed will have the intrinsic, the fundamental meaning of this root in it. From the same root, the derivative is Rahim, Rahman, Rahim, Arham, Marhum, Rahmat, all these different words. And they will have this fundamental meaning of the root in it. As a form of metaphor, the same word Raham is used to denote someone who is close to you, like a relative. So the word Rahim is someone who is merciful, but his mercy is such that he forgives you like a merciful mother forgives her child. Look, in one of the hadith, Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has mentioned that Allah the Almighty loves you more than 70 mothers. Imagine if there were 70 mothers. First and foremost, imagine the love that a mother has for her son or her daughter. And then now imagine if that love could be somehow multiplied by 70. The hadith says Allah loves you more than that. In Arabic language, the numeric number, the number 70, any number which has letter 7 in it or number 7 in it, refers something which is extremely high, or you can consider it as a form of infinity. So 70 according to this hadith is a very big number. Allah loves us more than 70 mothers. Now when you keep that in mind and then come back to the word Rahim, a new understanding develops in your mind of the word Rahim. that this is such an attribute of God which wants to forgive us, wants to have mercy, as if we are His close relative. Then another word from this is Rahman. Rahman also has the same root. You know, these words, Rahman and Rahim, they appear in the very first verse of the Holy Quran. Very first verse of every chapter of the Holy Quran except Surah Tawbah. And the first verse is Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So the word Rahman and the word Rahim, they both come from the same root. Rahman is someone who, you know, gives us everything that we need without us asking for it. For example, we rely on the light of sun in order to see. We rely on its heat so that we can keep ourselves warm. We use the light of sun and the lack of it to distinguish between day and light, between day and night. Similarly, Allah has created moon. Similarly, Allah has created stars. We did not ask for plantation the day we were born, but the plantation was there. Vegetables, fruits were there for us. We did not ask for parents, but when we were born, Allah had given us parents to be grateful for, to be thankful for. So there are so many things that Allah has given which fall under the category or the attribute of Rahman. Now, the attribute of Rahman, Prophet Messiah Islam has written that everybody benefits from it. Everything which is in this universe and beyond benefits from the attribute of Rahman. They get everything from God for their sustenance. Even an atheist who does not believe in God benefits from the attribute of Rahman. But the attribute of Rahim is specific to the believers. That Allah shows a certain kind of mercy, and that mercy is for believers, those people who believe and then do good works. They become the recipient of extra reward. Logic dictates that if in a classroom there are two different kinds of students, one who doesn't do anything and then the other one who shows progress and does good, that student who does good is going to be rewarded more than the student who is just sitting idly or is not as good. So Rahman is the attribute from which everyone benefits. Rahim is the attribute from which only the believers benefit. Some of the words that come from this root are Rahim, which means merciful. Rahim is one who shows mercy. Marhum is someone on whom mercy has been shown. And you know, for example, when somebody passes away, we say, you know, Fala and Fala, such and such person is marhum. Marhum means someone, or it refers to someone who has passed away, and then we say God's mercy has descended on that person now. So the word marhum is used for someone on whom mercy has already been shown. Similarly, the word Arham, as we say Arhamur Rahimeen, Arham means most merciful. Beyond this is used in superlative degree. There is no level of mercy after this. The word Rahmat means mercy. As in, you know how Allah Ta'ala says, Wasiyat rahmati kulla shay. My mercy encompasses everything. For example, some people say that would Pharaoh, Abu Jahl, the enemies of the prophets of God, would they ever be shown mercy? And the answer which we receive from the Holy Quran is that yes, even the most evil people are going to receive God's mercy. But when are they going to receive God's mercy and in what form is also mentioned. That those who are the opponents of prophets of God, they are punished by God in the hereafter in the form of Jahannam, in the form of hell. And once they have paid the price of their crimes, once their soul has recovered, spiritually speaking, then they are going to be admitted in God's mercy, which will be in the form of them being admitted in paradise. दूसरा मादा जो हमने कवर किया है वो है रे हे मीम. अरबी ज़बान में औरत की जो वूम होती है, जहाँ पे बच्चा जो है वो माँ के पेट में ग्रो कर रहा होता है, उस हिस्से को रहम कहते हैं. और इसी से वो मतलब भी मुराद दिया जाता है कि जो अजीज़ व कारब हैं उनके लिए भी यही लफ्ज़ इस्तेमाल किया जाता है. क्यों? इसलिए क्योंकि ہر شخص ایونچولی پیچھے جا کے ایک ہی رحم مادر سے پیدا ہوتا ہے. ایک خاندان کے افراد ہیں, وہ سارے کے سارے ایونچولی پیچھے جا کے ایک عورت ہوگی جس کے بیٹے کہلائیں گے. اسی لیے ان سب کے لیے بھی یہ لفظ استعمال ہوتا ہے. ہر وہ لفظ جو اس مادے سے نکلے گا اس کے اندر بنیادی طور پہ یہ رحم کا مطلب اور قریب ہونے کا مطلب پایا جائے گا. مثال کے طور پہ اسے لفظ نکلا ہے رحیم. رحیم کہتے ہیں مہربان کو, وہ جو رحمت دکھائے. مسیح موعود علیہ السلام فرماتے ہیں یہ خاص قسم کی رحمت ہے جس سے صرف مومن ہی فائدہ اٹھاتے ہیں. پھر ایک اور قسم کی رحمت ہے جو کہ لفظ رحمان میں ہے. رحمان سے ہر شخص, ہر ذرہ ذرہ اس کائنات کا اور اس سے پرے بھی جو وجود ہیں, جو بھی خدا تعالیٰ کی مخلوق ہے, وہ سب خدا تعالیٰ کی صفت رحمانیت سے فیض یاب ہوتے ہیں. یہاں تک کہ ایک دہریہ جو خدا کی ذات پہ ایمان نہیں رکھتا وہ بھی اللہ تعالیٰ کی صفت رحمان سے فائدہ اٹھاتا ہے. پھر لفظ ہے راحم. راحم کہتے ہیں اس کو جو رحم کرے. مرحوم ایک لفظ ہے جس کا مطلب ہے جس پر رحم کیا گیا ہو. پھر ایک لفظ ہے ارحم, جسے اللہ تعالیٰ نے فرمایا ارحم الراحمین, تمام رحم کرنے والوں میں سب سے بڑھ کر رحم کرنے والا خدا کی ذات ہے, ارحم. پھر ایک لفظ ہے رحمت. رحمت اس کیفیت کا نام ہے کہ جب آپ کسی دوسرے پہ مہربانی کے ساتھ اس کے اوپر جھکیں اور اس پہ رحم کا سلوک کریں اس کے ساتھ. مجھے لگتا ہے کہ اس سے زیادہ آج ہم کور نہیں کر سکیں گے. میں چاہتا ہوں کہ آج 5 منٹ سوال و جواب کے لیے بھی ہوں. I don't think we'll be able to cover more than 2 roots tonight. I also want to give 5 minutes to everybody to ask any questions that they may have. So first and foremost, if the Lajna side, if you have any questions, please get your questions ready and have a microphone handy. In the meantime, I'll open the floor to the men's side. If you have any questions, please raise your hands. Anything related to what we have discussed tonight, or anything in general that you would like to get an answer of. Ji.
So is there any kind of pattern to this, to the roots, like how you make different words from it?
Yes.
Any type of pattern? No?
So your question is regarding if there is any pattern in terms of, when you have a root and how you make other derivatives from the same root, if there is any pattern. There is, in Arabic language, we have this system called bab or abwab. Bab literally means a door. Abwab is the plural of door, which means doors. Imagine that you have 10-15 different doors. And when you enter from one door, a certain word is added to the root. A certain letter is added at a certain place within the root. And that now gives a certain meaning. Imagine you walk through door number 2 instead. It will add another letter or a different letter at another place, which now is going to give a different meaning, a unique meaning. So there is definitely a pattern, and inshallah ta'ala this has more to do with the grammar. And it is something which we will delve as we go along. But for now, I think, for beginners, it should suffice to know that in Arabic, there is this thing called bab, door. And then when you enter from one door, different letters are added. And then they give different meanings and different words are formed. Ji.
As the first word is seen, mean, wow. And the second word is re, he, mean.
Ji.
That looks to be different because this means raham, re, he, mean.
Ji, ji.
But seen, mean, wow, does not looks to be ism, comes any word.
ٹھیک ہے. اس بارے آپ کا سوال ہے کہ رہ میم سے رحم بننا بڑی آسان سی بات ہے, دکھائی دیتا ہے کہ یہ اس سے نکلا ہے, لیکن اسم سین میم واو سے نکلتا دکھائی نہیں دیتا. بات بالکل ٹھیک ہے آپ کی. اسی لیے میں نے جب میں بیان کر رہا تھا, ہو سکتا ہے شاید اردو میں بیان کرنا رہ گیا ہو, انگریزی میں یہ بیان کر رہا تھا کہ یہ جو لفظ ہے اسم, اس کا مادہ سین میم واو ہے. بعض لوگ کہتے ہیں اس کا مادہ جو ہے وہ واو سین میم بھی ہے, لیکن جو زیادہ تحقیق ہوئی ہے اس کے مطابق اس کا مادہ جو بنتا ہے وہ سین میم واو ہے. اب عربی زبان میں دوسری زبانوں کی طرح بعض استثناء بھی موجود ہوتی ہیں, بعض ایکسیپشنز ہوتی ہیں. یہ ان ایکسیپشن میں سے ایک ہے کہ جہاں پہ آپ کو سین میم واو سے اسم نکلتا بظاہر دکھائی نہیں دیتا. इसलिए यहाँ पे वो कहते हैं ना, उर्दू में हमारे यहाँ एक इस्तिलाह होती है कि रट्टा लगा ले। यहाँ पे आपको इस चीज़ के लिए रट्टा लगाना पड़ेगा, इसको याद रखना पड़ेगा कि सीन मीम वाव से इसम निकलता है। अगर ये चीज़ आपके ज़हन में बैठ गई, इससे आगे आपके लिए बाकी सारी अल्फाज इसी मादे से बनाने बहुत आसान हो जाएंगे। His question is something which I have already addressed in English, so I don't need to translate that in English. In the beginning, I actually spoke on that very subject. Any question from the Lajna side? Okay. Any other question from the men's side? Ji.
So it's these three letters you are talking about. Is it just verbs or also nouns?
Ji, I mentioned in previous lecture as well that nouns and verbs, they come from 3-letter roots or 4-letter roots or 5-letter roots. And then when you add different letters in these roots themselves by walking through different doors that I spoke about, that's how you get different verbs, that's how you get different nouns. There is a clear pattern, but in order for a person to understand how that pattern works, how you can form different words from the same root, one would have to become familiar with the concept of grammar. And that is something, inshallah ta'ala, we will cover in future lectures.
So if there's like a word rub, does it have 3 letters? It's just 2 letters.
So this is another root which eventually will get covered. The word actually has been covered by Imam Saab, who was here before me. The word rab has 3-letter roots. The root is ra, ba and ba, or re, be or be. When you put 2 same letters together, they become joined with shadda. And now you have word rab. Otherwise this word is supposed to be rababa. But when you put 2 bays together, the word becomes rabba or rabbu. Just like there is a word in Arabic which is called madada. Madada means to expand. But when you put the two dals together, it becomes madda. Madda means to expand something. So the root of rab is actually re, be and be, or ra, ba and ba. किसी और का अगर कोई सवाल है तो ठीक है, अगर नहीं है तो फिर आज की क्लास यहीं पे ख़त्म करते हैं। ठीक, जज़ाकल्लाह जी। इंशाअल्लाह ताला अगली क्लास में फिर जितनी रूट्स हम कवर कर सकते हुए वो जल्दी जल्दी कवर कर लेंगे। वाखिर दवाना अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन।